What's up everybody, how's it going? Today we're playing Dota 2, but this is fine. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're also a little bit on fire, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let me get this. We random. I got Necrophos, which I'm actually kind of happy about. Because with Necrophos we get the Heartstop aura, and if we're constantly burning stuff, we should be able to farm pretty effectively, right? And if we're able to farm pretty effectively, that means we're getting a lot of healing. And we're having a good time. So yeah. Oh, there we go. It just immediately restarts. Oh, we can also set the trees on fire. Very good. I actually think that's like such a... It's a really funny, like... Really funny thing this ability does, is that it sets the trees on fire. Alright, there we go. I think there's just like one person working on Dota who really likes elemental effects. Who's also the same person that proposed the change to... What's it called? Oh, this is bad. I probably shouldn't just run in like this. Alright, wait. Healing. But who made that original Brewmaster? Remember when Brewmaster had like elemental things and was really weird and nobody liked it? Right? I'm pretty confident that that same person is also responsible for this. And, I mean, good shit though. Here we go, look at that, everybody's burning. How good is that? Reaper Scythe. So. Should be a kill, right? Ah! I do die. Which is not that great. But I guess it's not too bad either. Do Manta and Illusions have fire too? Probably. I would guess. Like, so one of the things about this fire effect, it's actually entirely a debuff, I believe. Right? It doesn't deal damage. It's very similar to how Macropire works. You know how Macropire doesn't actually do damage, but instead it applies a debuff to you that does damage? It used to deal damage, but now it doesn't do that anymore. I think this is pretty similar. So even if you have two going on, it doesn't actually help because they will not stack. Because they're just both applying the debuff. Doesn't do damage, causes loss of life. That's Dota. Oh, Dota absolutely does that kind of bullshit. Like, I have no doubts about that. Let me grab that Death Pulse. And I think next up we, I feel like my Aghanims is probably not gonna be that good. But let's get ourselves probably a pipe. Pipe is more magic resistance than this, right? Pipe is a lot more magic resistance. So let's get a pipe. We want to maximize that. I think as long as we just have magic resistance, we are pretty happy. Honestly speaking, I'm pretty happy anyway. Just think Necro is kind of a fun hero. Anyway, really quick side note. This video's bitrate is a little bit lower. It's because my internet is kind of being terrible these days. And having a lower bitrate just makes it so that the stream doesn't actually constantly lag. And I know that doesn't really affect you on the video. But I can't record at a higher bitrate than I stream. Not because that isn't possible, that is very much possible. But my computer is a piece of shit and every time I try to do that, it just blue screens. So I do need to fix up my computer. And I know that's a separate problem, okay? I'm tackling it. It's just, I haven't gotten around to it yet, okay? But yes, I do need to, no, it's got nothing to do with my HDD. I don't know why people are so obsessed with my HDD. My HDD is like the one thing about this computer that actually works properly. That HDD that I have in my computer, it's done its job for the past 10 years flawlessly. Right? There's never been a single issue with it. No, what's actually so here's what I actually need for my computer. Right? I kind of want to upgrade my computer a bit because my computer is just... So something that happens a lot is I run out of RAM or CPU power. My CPU is overloaded or my RAM is full. Right? Those are two things that happen quite a lot. Because you gotta keep in mind, like, I'm doing a lot of stuff folded at the same time with my computer when I'm streaming. You know, I've got a stream running, I'm recording it, I've got the game running, I've got a bunch of other software running to, like, kind of, like, help with the stream. You know, for example, the Stream Deck, when I wanna, like, play... Like, you know, that requires a thing that's going on in the background. And there's, like, a whole bunch of stuff like that. Alright, we'll get ourselves this. And hello. Can we get this? Aww. Alright. I think we're not going to use it. Yet. Now we are. There we go. Wow. 2 versus 3, and we got it. No problem. Probably get a Bloodstone. Get all of that spell amp going on. That doesn't seem like a bad idea, and lots of HP and mana. And also another way to heal ourselves. Alright, so I think I need a new CPU, I think I need a new motherboard, because this thing keeps crashing, and that's generally a motherboard issue. I want to upgrade a little bit on RAM. Like, I already have fine working RAM, but I kind of think it would be good. Look, I've been running on 16 gigabytes of RAM for the past 10 years, and I think it's time to finally move up a tier. Right, we gotta get ourselves those probably 32. Alright, just go to 32 gigs. And then finally, I need to upgrade my power supply unit. That's another thing. And I need to swap out one of my drives. And no, it's not the HDD. That one is staying around. That thing is a monster. No, I have no beef with my HDD. No, what's being replaced is my... I have a 128 gigabyte SSD in my computer from back when SSDs were expensive. I don't know if you youngins remember, but back in my day, you had to actually, like, pay a lot for an SSD. They weren't cheap. So I got myself a 128 gigabyte one back then, just to run Windows. And that's all it does. It only has Windows on it. But it turns out these days, everything is so bloated that even just running Windows on it is gonna kind of like, you know, like fill it up pretty quickly. Die! Yes! Oh my god, damn it! Nearly. Nearly. But yeah, these days, even just running Windows on it is gonna fill it up pretty quickly with like 128 gigabytes. Luckily, there's some stuff that's in my computer that's still usable. So there's still like the drives, other than the 128 gigabytes one. Although that one I'm only throwing out because it's just not enough anymore. Like, what do you do with 128 gigs of drive? Like, what the hell? Alright, and I'm gonna keep my graphics card. That's a big one. Because I actually got a really nice graphics card, which I don't use for anything. I played Dota and Super Smash Bros. And Tetris. I've been playing a lot of Tetris. So I don't know. Don't really use it for anything, but you know. Don't need to upgrade that. Damn, if you had Ghost Shard and Nebulous, you might have healed enough to survive that. Yeah, but my Ghost Shard was still on cooldown. Didn't have Aghanim's at that point. So sadly not an option. But yeah. Eee, look at us. Just running around with our Necro. Taking everything down. No big deal. Probably just get like a Blink Dagger next. Should we get Radiance? That sounds kind of fun. Just get the Radiance and go from there. Tetris stream, let's go. Dude, Tetris is the shit. I have been playing way too much Tetris. Honestly. Over the past 2 days, my internet just hasn't been working. So I've been doing 2 things. I've been reading a comic. What's it called? Lore Olympus. Which I was just kind of like, you know what? I usually read the stuff that's kind of got its target audience, like kind of men or boys. You know what I mean? I read a lot of that stuff. Because I'm a degenerate and I like it. But I was just kind of like, manga dex is down. So let me just go on freaking, you know, like what is the Korean manhwa website where they have like a whole bunch of stuff? Let me go on there. And let me just, what they let you do is they let you sort by demographic of readers. So what I sorted is by women. And then just found the most popular one and started reading that one. Webtoon. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, I forget. Alright, and that was Lore Olympus. And I gotta say, I think the women have better taste than us. boys, I think the women I think they just have better taste than us, okay? I don't know what to say. I just... God. Because, you know, like... I don't know. I think they just have better taste than us. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Oh, big RP. Healing. Yeah. Let's go. Everybody's on fire all the time. Olympus is pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty okay. I think it's not my favorite thing I ever read. Because it, like, I don't know, it's weird, right? Okay, here's my little review of Olympus if you want. It's very slow. It's 150 chapters, right? And it's a romance. Although it's, I wouldn't necessarily describe it as it's superficially a romance. Like, it's definitely more than that. But it's superficially a romance. And 150 chapters, and, you know, the two main characters, like, finally connected in some sort of significant way. And I'm just like, damn, dude, this is taking a long time. I get that that's kind of normal, like, this kind of stuff does take a lot of time in these kind of stories, but, like, ooh, man, like, ooh, that sure took a lot of time. Alright. Alright, oh yes, more burn damage, look at us. We've got Radiance, we've got the Fire, we've got Cloak of Flames, we've got Heartstopper Aura, Death Seeker, what's that? I've never seen that. Oh my god, get out. Yeah, you can't handle this. I do so much burn damage, it's actually kind of wild. Let's go. Ah, come here, buddy. Yeah. Oh my god, I actually do way too much AoE damage. Alright, Death Seeker. No! No, don't do that! Can I blink? Alright, activate this. Ah. I'm just trying to get my blink ready, but I'm not gonna be able to get there. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It's the big boy death pulse. Yeah. Dealing 50% more damage than healing, causing it to spread a normal death pulse towards enemies and allies. Ah. So I can, like, yeet this in here and then, like, double death pulse in a way. Which is kind of fun, I guess. Alright, get out of here. Hey, Jambastine! Thank you so much for the 43 months. Appreciate it. However, now that I feel like I've talked about Lore Olympus in a way that I kind of like endorse it, I do want to give a pretty strong content warning on it. So when I say Lore Olympus is a romance, but it's not really a romance, what Lore Olympus is actually about is sexual assault and toxic relationships. That's what it's actually about. Which immediately makes it, I think, a little more difficult to recommend because some people are not gonna enjoy that. So, yes. But for what it is, it's pretty good. Hello. Can I come in here? Oh, I do so much burn damage. It's actually kind of crazy how much burn damage I do. Do you have a Lincoln's? No. So I can just pop you, right? Goodbye. Nice. That triple kill. This is like the Necrophos dream, isn't it? Look at it go. Burning them all down. Now I'm honestly a little unsure how we can even... Like, what else are we gonna do here? Like, what is our alternative strategy? Okay, I have an alternative strategy in mind. Alright then. Let's end this. I've got an idea for the next game. We can play another one because I just had a thought. Okay, here's some healing. Now, can we get this? I mean, if everybody attacks, it shouldn't be a problem. Nice. Cool. Let's get into the next one. Yo, we're back and we're playing Batrider. That's my new secret weapon here. I thought that maybe if we like sticky napalm, then we do a lot of damage. We do! Look, it's working. Oh. Are we dead? Damn it, we still die, but we also get the kill, right? I'll take it. I'll take it. It's fine. It's one of those things where I think, like, we need a few levels. Just a little bit. Not like a few levels, and then sticky napalm will kind of start going crazy. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, can I do another quick little comic review, I guess? I also read Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen? I don't think I talked about that one before. If I did, then forgive me. No, Jujutsu Kaisen. Fun fights. Really fun fights. But also kind of like mostly only fights. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you just want some fun fights, then Jujutsu Kaisen is it. But if you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit more than just some fun fights, then Jujutsu Kaisen is not it. And that's it. Complete review. Oh, can we get this guy? We just kind of want to keep the sticky napalm going, right? Run. Ah! Oh, damn it. Tiny's just a hard matchup, honestly. Because tanky and also can actually do a lot of damage in return. Hey, sorry, we'll stop. What are you stopping with? Don't worry. I'm not afraid of you. I'll come for you, my friend. I'm the one that's doing stuff. You're not doing shit. You're just hiding. You don't need to be sorry about that. Alright, throw this out. Thank you very much. So it's kind of like a little bit, you know, like the classic Darkseer Iron Shell plus sticky napalm abuse. Although it's not quite as effective. Because the damage tick is not as frequent. Arcane Ring. Not the most useful, but also not terrible. Okay, next up. We definitely want to get magic resistance. Like, here's kind of the thing. I think with our build, we can actually win a fight against pretty much anyone if it comes down to, like, a longer fight. Those fights we are perfectly happy with, because sticky napalm is going to do so much damage. We just need to actually be able to take the fights for, like, an extended period of time. And that's it, right? You're dead? Nice. So that's why I'm gonna build very defensively. I'm just gonna tank up. Because as long as we're tanky, we should be able to actually just overwhelm long term. That's my thinking. Oh, they have Juggernaut. That's kind of interesting. An anti-mage. Oh, anti-mage is gonna be tricky. So we definitely need a lot of mana, because anti-mage is gonna be burning pretty much most of ours, and so having something to kind of counteract that is a good idea. Bloodstone is always nice. Firefly. Oh, does this not apply to ancients? Oh. Didn't know that. Interesting, okay. I hope we get this guy anyway. Should be able to with just kind of sticky napalm and hitting him. There we go. Very good. No more Flaming Lasso. So, our Aghanim Shard lets us cast Flaming Lasso on an ally. Okay. Just not that important. Or impressive. Really. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't really see what it does for us. Seems more like something that would be useful in normal Dota. It also doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't really get what the flavor there is. Like, thematically speaking. Like, how does casting Flaming Lasso on an ally, like, keep them safe? I feel like if I'm getting hit by a Flaming Lasso, then I'm gonna take damage no matter which team I'm on, you know what I mean? I can kind of understand it a bit with Pudge. Like, with Pudge, I'm like, yeah, you know what? He's eating you. Like, that's well, there's something, like, very inherently magical about that. Where I can kind of justify it. And it makes sense to me. But, like, Batrider isn't a very inherently magical hero. Batrider is very inherently a guy with a bat. You know what I mean? You know what the difference there is? That kind of makes sense. And turns out, like, I don't know, people for bat tend to maybe not be the most magical folks. Or maybe they're extra magical, who knows? We're watching Avatar right now, and in Avatar there's like the Swampbenders, right? And they bend the swamp. I'm gonna just try to get this kill. Yeah, very good. The Swampbenders. And they're pretty magical. Oh, can I? Okay, look. We're watching Avatar right now. Right? And it's something that I've noticed, which I find very funny. I don't know if you... Like, Avatar The Last Airbender, you guys... I mean, I'm sure you've seen it, right? I hope you recall every tiny detail as if you had seen it yesterday like I have. But something I find really kind of a little weird about it is how in Avatar, right, you have the character, you have Sokka. And who Sokka is, he's supposed to be kind of like the reasonable, sane person of the group. Who is always like, ghosts don't exist, and this isn't magic, this is just some thing, right? He's like always the Scooby-Doo character who is like, no, there's something more going on here. There is no witchcraft going on. You know what I mean? That's who Sokka is. It's like, no, this lady can't tell the future, because nobody can, and I will prove it right with reason and logic. That's who he is. And honestly, like, I kind of get it. Like, a lot of the time he actually kind of like makes somewhat decent points, I guess. But something I find a little bit silly, and kind of funny, if I'm honest, is that Sokka, the girlfriend is the moon. There is magic in this world. What do you think bending is? Stop being an ass about everything. You know? Like, there is definitely a pretty good chance that, you know, like, there's just some ghosts there. I mean, the spirit world is like a proven fact. I don't know. I just find that a little bit silly. Because, again, like, I get that it's also supposed to be kind of like his flaw and so on, but it just feels like it's going a bit far sometimes, and it also often feels like they are portraying him as, like, the reasonable voice in a way. And I just don't know how reasonable he is, you know? Like, I just kind of think he's not actually being all that reasonable. Alright, very good. Eat that stuff in here. Oh, nice. That was actually pretty good, I think. Ooh, there's a whole situation. No. Anti-mage. Yeah, we need some armor. Let's get some defenses. I mean, if bending were in real life and always have been as far as we could remember, I don't think we'd think of it as magic. Yeah, sure, look, I get that. Right? And I think you can also make the argument, well, you know, like Sokka kind of doesn't think of those things as magic. You know, like, I'm sure if you were living in a world without electricity and then you looked at our world and then be like, ah, magic doesn't exist, you would also be like, but electricity, that looks very magical. Like, you have a little box with ghosts in it. And it's like, okay, you know what? That kind of makes sense. I get where you're coming from. But it's not like this is just something that Sokka does occasionally. He does it with everything. And past a certain point, it just starts feeling a little silly, if you ask me. But it's really... This is not meant to be... I just want to make sure. I don't want to offend all of the people that love Avatar. I'm not trying to say this is like a major problem with it or anything. I just think it's kind of funny. Right? Like, it's totally fine. And, like, you can also say, well, this is a character flaw. And then I don't really have an argument against that. Sure, it's a character flaw. Sure. Right? Absolutely. But it is still just kind of funny to me. Because, Sokka, your girlfriend is the moon. You gotta become a bit more open-minded, my friend. Okay. Oh, you know what we're getting? We're getting a Wind Waker. Does that interrupt? No, that doesn't interrupt, right? Oh, nice! Get him! Wait, can I grab you and drag you into the black hole? I can. But then I immediately regret all of my life decisions. Ooh, anti-mage is brutal! Anti-mage is brutal. Till this day, I still don't get how Appa could fly. Appa is an airbender. That's explicitly explained. That's how Appa flies. He's bending the air. And that's his whole thing. Like there's in the world of Avatar, right? There's the kind of like original benders, which are certain animals. Right, there's the badger moles, which are the earth benders, and then there are the air bisons, which is what Appa is, which are air benders. Then there's dragons, which are fire benders. And I think then there's the spirits of the moon and the ocean, who are the water benders. No, there gotta be something else that's also water bending, but I don't know what that is. I don't know, maybe somebody can... the moon is the original waterbender? Alright then, I guess it's the moon. That feels like a bit of a cop-out. Which, like, every bending discipline has, like, their animal. What is your animal? The moon. Fuck off, dude. Give me a real answer. Imagine that. Imagine having that conversation. Alright. Oh crap. Man, I wish I had a stun. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, come with me. Burn, burn, burn. I mean, we do a ton of damage. I think in terms of damage output, we're definitely top tier, but it's just kind of hard to go up against heroes like Anti-Mage and Juggernaut here, you know? It's just really tough to deal with. We'll go up here. Grab ourselves some more of these creeps. Yeah. We want to finish up our... what's it called? Wind Waker. And... Hey, can we chill? Can we chill? Is that okay? I don't have an ultimate. I do go pretty quick though. No, wait, you're going for me. That's really dumb. And strange. Why bother? It's not gonna end that well for you, is it now? Also, wow, it takes a long time. I guess if everybody builds magic resistance, then sticky napalm is not the most effective anymore. Dragons could fly without wings. Dragons are airbenders confirmed. Don't the dragons have wings? They have like these tiny little wings. Whatever, they're dragons. I accept that dragons can fly. They don't need to airbend for it. They got other magic. Although, can I say one thing? Waterbending is objectively the best bending, right? Like, it's objectively the strongest. Because you can bloodbend, and you can also swamp bend. Which swamp bending is bending plants. You can just take a tree and slap somebody with it. That's something that isn't brought up enough, I have to say. Right? Like, the swamp benders are just kind of a joke. Right? They are in one episode and they're never mentioned again. Like, I guess they show up, like, later on in the big battle. But they're just not that big of a deal. They're just not that big of a deal anymore. But with the Swampbenders, they just use plants and like, you know, crazy. I'm just saying that the waterbending is the best. I know that bloodbending is obviously stronger than swampbending. I'm not trying to argue otherwise. I'm just saying I think swampbending deserves some credit. That is my entire point. I'm not anti-bloodbending, I'm just pro-swampbending. Alright, let's get out of here. We have some... I kind of want to get a Lincoln's or a Hex. Probably Hex is better. We need to figure out a way to deal with that. Anti-Mage mostly. That's the one I'm the most concerned with, the Anti-Mage. Because, yeah. Yeah, Anti-Mage is just a pretty hard counterpick to the mode. Because everybody went for like magic and shit. And now Anti-Mage is just like, yeah, you know what? Use your magic. That's fine. Fuck magic. I'm like, no, that's rude. Okay. Anti-Mage has Divine Rapier. What do we do about this guy? Alright. Just kind of yulsing around the place. Manta's scary. Ah, oh, Anti-Mage. What a nightmare. Yeah, a friend of mine was very adamant recently about airbending being objectively the most powerful because you can pump air into people to explode their lungs and such. Well, there's the one scene where that, something similar to that is done, right? Which is in Korra, which first of all, do we even consider that canon? Is that even canon? Is this no. Secondly. Secondly. Sure, let's accept that Korra is canon. Whatever. But even in that scene, it's shown that's a very slow process, right? And while you're, like, fucking around with, like, air, like, something that's never shown is that you can, like, do airbending past an object, which is something you would need to be able to do to explode the air in somebody's lungs. Right? Like, generally, for bending to work, you need to be in direct line with the object. At least as far as I'm aware. I don't know if there's any instance of where that is disproven, but I don't think it is ever shown that an airbender can bend something that they can't see. But in that one scene in Korra, doesn't the bad guy effectively create some sort of like vacuum or pull the air out or something like that? I don't know. Bloodbending, you're not saying? You kind of are. I mean, you have the person right there. And also, that's different element. Like, the thing is that with bloodbending, you're like directly bending what's in front of you, which is the blood. Right? Like, I don't know. I think the argument... Like, sure, we can make arguments about whether or not you can bend somebody's air. Or like, oh my god. Whether or not you can make somebody's lung explode or something like that. Sure, you can make an argument like that. But there's nothing in the actual canon that proves that that is possible. While bloodbending objectively exists. Right? And I always think that's kind of a bit silly, because it's just kind of like, okay. Sure. Waterbending can make your eyes explode. Like, it's just like doesn't mean anything, you know? Because if it's not actually something that ever happens in the canon, then you're just making it up. It's just fan fiction at that point. I mean, fan fiction is fun, nothing wrong with it, but also, you know. Waterbending can make you dehydrate to death, that's right. Alright then. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to do a rating on the video, would definitely appreciate that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.